bit of information about FirstRAM, our products. FirstRAM is our turnaround tool, Sapphire's turnaround tool. It's our industry standard turnaround tool. We've been running this for 3 or 4 years now in different iterations. It's quite a complex piece of software. It can be used in modular environments, usually around PRM, things like that, or it can be used globally as a whole ground handling tool. It sits in the cloud. It can sit on premise in your environments. It has 2 parts to it: back office solution, and it also has a mobile solution. The back office solution is crank up an internet connection, hit the URL, and away you go. The mobile solution is running across smartphones and tablets, across all platforms. And as we get into this in a little while, you'll see a few areas of where it specialises, where the complexities are and where the simple pieces are. But I want to take you through some of our experiences so far, the issues that we've actually had, and the issues that have actually been raised. So 3 major key points here. Mark recognises these slides. 3 major key points really are cost, time and compliancy, certainly around the RAM. First of all, the costs from our experience of working with ground handlers, airlines and airports as well, is that the cost-effective areas really are people and equipment, and how they work well together. And in order for a successful turnaround to actually happen, you've got to have the best of all of those worlds. You've got to have good people, you've got to have the relevant people, you've got to have the right equipment to hand. If you don't have that, 9 times out of 10, something's going to fall over. Now, very complex environments turning aircraft around, so there's no real shock and surprise that at some point when certain procedures are not met, that there's going to be some penalties and there's going to be some charges. So what we're trying to do is take all these areas where it costs the business, it costs the airline, the airport, the ground handler mainly, put them together in a nice linear fashion, give some technology to drive that, and run it through nice and simple. So costs and penalties, very big problem. Second one, and the most important part for me really, is time. Time is tremendously important to ground handlers, tremendously important to airports, airlines. It kind of drives everything really. As opposed to the costs, which happen, the billing and the penalties always happen after, post the actual turnaround of it. But the actual turnaround of the aircraft is going to drive the behaviour of that ramp operation for the rest of that day. So if the first aircraft or the first turnaround is a complete mess, it's going to have that knock-on effect all the way down the line. And that's going to be across people, equipment, resource, etc., etc. So from our point of view, we want to also eliminate any of the time problems as well as the cost problems. But we know that the time problems are very much reactive, they're always happening right there and then. And we've got some ideas, and we've got some software, and we've kind of put them together, and we're hoping that presenting information to the relevant people and letting them communicate in the right manner will actually increase the turnaround of this. Certainly around the disputes and going and communicating with people, taking 5-10 minutes to go and ask somebody something. We're hoping presenting the information in the right way, in the right manner, will actually eliminate some of those time issues. And then of course, compliance. Lots of different compliance. The one thing is that aircraft are not going to, people are not going to stop producing different aircraft. They're not going to stop producing different pieces of equipment to help you turn that around. All of that is going to drive new compliance, new rules. If you actually, you're going to reinvent new ways of compliance and regulation in your existing processes and procedures. So from our point of view, we want to also give people the capability to actually add in new compliance, amend existing compliance, regulatory information, put that together with all the process changes that we have, the actual training, the skills, the administration, and actually give people a nice working environment to actually go ahead and adhere to some of these compliance issues. So, excuse me, the benefits of FirstRAM in general are going to be mainly around time, recording costs, capturing your costs, the way that the information is delivered, the way that that can avoid delays and disputes. The benefits in there are also around the compliance procedures that you have to do in line with the contract that you have, and also in line with the billing rules around that. So ground handlers tend to perform lots of tasks, lots of events that they may or may not get paid for because they can't either prove that they've actually done something. But if the contract and all the billing rules are set up and the process is in place that we can deliver that to a mobile device, we can say, I've done this, this time, this date, sign it off, there's no dispute, the ground handler can then get paid for what they're actually doing. So what we've done, we've actually brought together some statistics from all of the ground handling shows, the airports, the airlines, the ground handlers that we speak to, and we found some very relevant trends. Although there's lots of equipment, there's lots of data being recorded, it's not all integrated. So from our point of view, although there are data capture tablets out there recording information, there are electronic systems that are actually taking information on. To make that actually more effective for you, you need to link it up to other pieces of information, i.e. contracts, compliance. And we found that some of these statistics actually work in our favour in terms of our products, but equally it's actually informing us of what we need to do with our product for the next phases. FirstRamp itself, just showing you a few of the screenshots. This is the last slide for this, but essentially FirstRamp, our product, with the mobile piece and the control and the compliance on the back end, gives us the opportunity to help you control costs, help you control time, and help you control compliance. And that's it. If there's anything else you want to know, if there's any more information, come and see me afterwards.